There's been quite a few multiplayer-only games released in 2015, and probably just as many will be released in 2016. Whether it's Evolve, Star Wars Battlefront, or Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, these games have no single player whatsoever, and it does raise some concerns. The big question: can these games survive in Southeast Asia? Could these games have a thriving community in our region 1 month after release, 3 months after release, maybe even a year? It's a real problem for gamers in Southeast Asia because there's no real indication of just how healthy the online community is for any particular game on the storefront. When you see a multiplayer game on Steam being heavily discounted, there's no guarantee you'd actually be able to find a multiplayer match, especially one with good latency after purchasing it, which means wasted money. The truth is, multiplayer only games have a huge challenge to overcome. Apart from surefire hits, titles like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Dota 2, or anything from Blizzard, multiplayer only games will have to be able to reach out to a mass segment of Southeast Asian gamers, attract them with solid and balanced gameplay, have proper servers in this region, and keep the game regularly updated with new content to keep players interested. If you consider the statistic that there are about 100 million gamers in Southeast Asia, this includes Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, and the Philippines, you might think that's a lot of people, and surely a small but good multiplayer indie game could maintain a sizable player base after release. Not quite. There's a few things to consider here. Firstly, we don't buy as many games as gamers in North America or Europe do. A Southeast Asian gamer might buy 1 or 2 games a year, but most likely they'll buy one all their friends are buying and stick to it. I put it down to the weak purchasing power of our local currencies here. Yes, I do know that Steam has somewhat made it so much easier and cheaper to buy games, but most people still buy games that their friends are playing or are talking about, not necessarily ones that are discounted. Second, there's too much of a split into different hardcore multiplayer gaming groups. You have those that play Battlefield games, the ones that play Dota or League of Legends, to name a few. The problem with a lot of these groups is that the community tends to stick to that one game, rarely veering off to play something else. Okay, so not everyone is like this, and I do know some Battlefield gamers that do try out a new Call of Duty. Don't worry, I won't name names here, your secret is safe. And of course, there's also the fact that individually, each country's population in Southeast Asia is relatively small compared to a Central European country or North America as a whole. It's difficult to get people from each country to like the same game, since each of us tend to hang around communities that are within our own country. There is no massive community that spans across countries in Southeast Asia, or at least there's none that's mainstream enough or active enough. Big video game media sites simply aren't invested enough in this region to have better community engagement. So, what does all this mean for you? Well, before you consider purchasing a game that's mainly multiplayer, think about whether there's already a community within your region around it. See what they're saying about the game, or brainwash your friends to get the game along with you. Because having a group of gamer friends that are committed to having gaming nights at least guarantees some longevity for that game. And trust me, you'll have a great time playing it with your friends. Don't forget, you can always join the Malaysian Gamer Steam group and post on the discussion thread there, or on Facebook if you need to hook up with other gamers playing the game you are playing. We definitely would want to make it easier for you to connect with other people within the Malaysian Gamer community. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Outnumbered in here.